So, I just got done watching the Greg Valentino video, um, and I'm kind of surprised because Greg Valentino kind of went against his friends, and he said what I think people needed to actually hear. But there's something that he got wrong, and if he sees this video, you know what I'm saying? There ain't no beef, but there's just something that I want to correct. Something very specific that I want to correct. And I'm gonna just bluntly say this, man. There are no tough guys on the internet. Tough guys are not on the internet. Why do I say that? Okay. For those of y'all that don't know what this is about, there is a YouTuber, some prison guy, Wes Watson. He beat somebody up at a gym. He made videos telling people to meet him at a gym, and then somebody met him at a gym, and then he beat him up, and people were angry about it. They're saying, "Oh my God, he beat up an autistic guy." Whatever. Listen, fuck that shit. This is the reality, okay? Something that I talk about a lot on my channel is that all your actions have consequences. And that when the consequences happen, you don't decide what your consequences are. If you pick a fight with somebody, it doesn't matter if you have autism, it doesn't matter if you're disabled. In real life, there is no such thing as a one-on-one fight. Greg Valentino, you did time in jail. You did time with actual tough guys. You know what the fuck I'm about. You know what I'm talking about. In jail, there were no one-on-one fights. I tried to upload a video showing people what real fighting looks like in jail, and YouTube took the video down because you can't show people what real fighting looks like. Your friends Greg Doucette and John Bravo, they're trying to get people killed. Now, Greg, keep watching the video if you're watching the video, because I'm going someplace with this, okay? These people on the internet that talk about what tough guys do and honor and chivalry and integrity, you guys are trying to get people killed. If you walk up to somebody and attack them, right, you're going to get jumped by their friends, because even you, Greg, you're not going to watch your friend get stomped out by another guy. It's not going to happen. You're going to jump in, and it's going to become a 2-on-1. Okay? Which Watson was apparently... I didn't see the fucking video, but apparently Wes Watson was with like 5 guys, and they jumped on dude. As they should have. You even gave an example in the video of how 20, 13-year-olds would beat up Mike Tyson, and that is true. If you pick a fight with somebody in real life, you're going to get jumped, and weapons are going to get pulled out, right? Now, in your video, you kept talking about tough guys and what tough guys would or would not do. You don't know any tough guys. The reason I'm saying this is because people who understand what violence is, you understand there is no positive outcome. Okay? Because if you do whatever it is you got to do, whatever it is you believe you have to do, you're accepting that there's a chance you're going to get caught, and you're accepting that you're probably going to go to prison. This is why tough guys don't record their crimes. Because the last thing a tough guy wants is the police to be aware of how tough he actually is. Because then he's going to go to prison. He ain't seeing the light of day. Because he's not going to stop being tough in prison. He's going to get his 15-year sentence for, 15 to life, depending on what he did, right? Then he's going to go to prison, and he's going to keep being a tough guy. And a single serious bodily injury charge on another inmate, that's another 15 years. Now you're going to a maximum. Or attempted murder if you used a weapon in prison. There are no tough guys on the internet because tough guys are not walking around with a camera trying to go on the internet. The last thing a tough guy wants is to be on the internet. The last thing a tough guy wants is his face to be seen by everybody. The toughest people in the world are people that you don't know, and you would never know what they've done. Really, the toughest guys in the world are not even the people that are in prison, because the people that are in prison are the ones that got caught. And how did they get caught? Because they're doing this internet shit. They're trying to show people that they're tough, and then they end up going to prison. And that's what Wes Watson did. He got on the internet, invited the police to his location because he dropped the location knowing the police were going to watch. So that way if he is on the losing end of the fight, the cops can come and arrest the guy. That's why he did that, and we all know this. But at the same time, the guy that walked up and picked a fight with him, you pointed this out, why did he have a camera? Because if he was on the losing end, he could do what he's doing right now. Oh my God, I have autism. He's beating up a disabled guy. Oh my God, it wasn't a fair fight. My mama told me that fights are supposed to be one-on-one with no weapon. I don't know what universe y'all live on the internet though. And I get it. Greg, I know you, in your more recent years, you've been on the internet a lot more, But there was a point in time where you weren't on the internet at all. So you know what I'm talking about, man. You used to sell steroids. You have to be a certain way to be a drug dealer, man. I'm not telling you to admit to anything you might have done on camera. I'm not telling you to admit to any crimes. I don't know the laws for your state, but I know in Maryland, felonies don't have a statute of limitations. But the whole reason I'm making this response to you is because you know there's no tough guys on the internet. Because if you care a little bit about your freedom, you're not going to be tough on the internet. Because if the cops ever find out what you've done as a tough guy, you're going to prison and you're never getting out. And I'm trying to word this in a way to where YouTube doesn't take my video down for enticing violence and, whatnot. Tough guys don't go around recording their crimes if they care about their freedom. And even if they don't care about their freedom, if they care about their children seeing their dad, they're not going to go around showing people that they're tough. You're going to have no idea what that person has done in their life unless they die and they write a written confession. This shit ain't no game, people. It's cool to get on the internet and laugh at these frauds that make content for videos. You know what I'm saying? But your friends, John Bravo, Greg Doucette, they're trying to get people killed. They don't know what tough people look like. They're saying all this bullshit about a fair one-on-one fight. Tough people don't beat up autistic guys. You don't decide your consequences. If you attack somebody, they're not going to care that you have autism. And if they're a real tough guy, nobody's ever going to find out what happened to you. Because real tough guys are not going to be walking around with cameras documenting everything, man. I don't know what type of world y'all think this is, but there is a reason why adults try to avoid violence. Because nobody wins. Nobody wins. You win. Okay, now you're going to go to prison. You win and you get away with it. Okay, now you're going to have memories about what it is you had to do. Unless you're a psychopath and that stuff just doesn't bother you, then whatever. Disregard that part of the video. But if you lose, okay, you got humiliated at the least, you got serious bodily injury at the medium, or you're not here anymore at the worst. This is why any good martial arts instructor or trainer or combat instructor, they'll tell you that unless it's your job to engage, so unless you're a police officer, a soldier, or whatever, unless it's your job to engage, it's better to just walk away. Because if you win, now you're going to go to prison. If you win and you don't get caught, you're going to have psychological problems forever because of what you had to do. And if you lose, you may lose it all. And even if you're a soldier or a police officer, you're still taught that de-escalation is preferred over putting your life in danger. So that's all I wanted to say, Greg Valentino. That's all I wanted to say to you guys, man. Guys that watch my channel, y'all already know I warn people, don't fight. Most of y'all are not, y'all can't handle prison time, man. I used to be a correctional officer, I know. Listen, man, you win, you lose. You lose, you really lose. The only people that win trying to be tough guys are the people that do what they got to do, don't get caught, and they have something like psychopathy to where they can just keep doing that and they don't have any psychological problems. Because to them, violence is just like taking a shit. It's just normal to them. But as of the day of making this video, January 10th, 2025, most people aren't psychopaths. So most of y'all, even if you win and you get away with it, you're not. Come on, man. So that's all I wanted to say, man. There are no tough guys on the internet. Greg, you actually did time in jail. You know what real tough guys look like. And you also know that these same tough guys are not going to have a one-on-one fight with you. They're not going to do fisticuffs. They're going to grab their weapon, they're going to grab their friends, and they're going to do what they believe they got to do. Because a predator doesn't want a fair fight. A predator wants to win. A predator wants to eat. A predator wants to dominate. A lion is not going to sit there and have a fair one-on-one fight with you. A lion, as big as a lion is, as muscular as a lion is, they're gonna get in the grass, they're gonna stalk, they're gonna prowl, and they're gonna hit you while you're not fucking looking. Something that would be considered pussy shit for the internet, but in real life, this is what happens. In real life, real tough guys, when they have a problem with you, they're gonna watch you, they're gonna stalk you, they're gonna hit you while you're not looking, and they're gonna have their friends with them, and they're gonna have weapons, and they're going to do what they believe they need to do. And they're not going to have cameras. I don't know what I'm going to call this video, but just leave that shit alone, man. You people are not built for violence. Just leave that shit alone. Let Wes Watson go on the internet and pretend like he's whatever. I'm going to just be blunt, man. I haven't seen a single prison channel yet on YouTube to where I think, okay, that guy really is doing what he's saying. Because they talk too much, man. Nobody who has been to prison who was really... Because you would never get out of prison, man. If you're really doing all the shit you're talking about, you never would get out of prison. And you wouldn't be talking about it on the internet because you don't want to go back to prison. So just leave that shit alone, man. You internet people... You know, y'all got good lives. Y'all can afford to sit on the internet all day and not go outside and not experience real violence. Just keep it that way, man. Y'all don't want to experience real violence. Y'all don't want to do prison time for really being a tough guy. Y'all don't. I'm telling you, y'all don't. Imagine if the little autistic guy won that fight. Imagine if he beat Wes Watson and all 5 of his friends. Now he's going to prison. Nobody wins, man. Just leave that shit alone. Like some of your videos, Greg. I even like this one because you actually went against your friends and you kind of laid down the law a little bit. The only thing that I had a problem with is you kept talking about tough guys do this, tough guys do that. You don't, like, you know that that's not true. You know tough guys are not gonna have a one-on-one fight with you. They want to win. They don't care about honor. They don't care about integrity. That's that crap people on the internet care about. Predators care about winning.